Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Old Time Rock and Roll, or actually, it's called Dave's Top 3,000 Songs of the Rock Era now. I just changed the name of this YouTube channel a couple of days ago. Anyway, yeah, I still got my old rock and roll banner. I might have to change that one. But the song I'm featuring today is Better Be Good to Me by Tina Turner. And this was released in 1984 off of her Private Dancer album, which came out that year. And the single, I think, peaked at number 5 early in 1985. And it was also featured on the soundtrack to a very famous TV show, namely Miami Vice. I think most people in the 80s were watching this show. I didn't really like it. I think I watched maybe 2 episodes of Miami Vice. I was never really crazy about this show. I also watched a movie I think it was based on shortly after the TV show came out called To Live and Die in LA, which I thought was a terrible movie, and maybe that one turned me off about the show. I don't know. About a couple undercover cops, and the show is about a couple of undercover cops in Miami who go after all these, I guess, celebrity criminals mainly. And I think the main thing that made the show really famous was the music they played in it. And the music was so good that they came up with a soundtrack of 11 hit songs from the mid 80s, including this one by Tina Turner, Betty Be Good to Me. So I just thought I'd mention that. But now I want to talk about the song. And by the way, here's a picture of Tina Turner. I'm sure you guys all know what she looks like. And this is, I think, the sixth song of hers I've already featured on my list. I guess a lot of them are sort of concentrated towards the end. I'm not sure why that's true. I do really like Tina Turner. I think I'm about halfway through all of her songs. She probably has another 5 or 6 more on my list, and there are some that came in pretty high, so don't despair. You'll see plenty more Tina Turner. But now I just want to talk about this song, Better Be Good to Me. Um, it's a good song, I think. I mean, she's expressing herself. Basically, she's singing to her lover. She's saying she's a prisoner of his love. She obviously had very strong feelings of love or maybe lust for him, but she wants to make sure if they're in a relationship that he's good to her, that he doesn't mistreat her, which I think is a very reasonable thing for any woman to ask any man that she's involved with. And she probably should have told Ike this before they got married. But I guess maybe she was just a, kind of a, naive teenage girl at the time that didn't know better. But she knew better when she wrote this song, so kudos to Tina for writing it and singing it. I think it's a really great song. And I'm respectful of women. I've been in 4 romantic relationships already, and I like to think I've been respectful to all the women I've ever been with. But I think it's a good lesson for all men. Better for both people involved. Anyway, that completes my profile of Better Be Good to Me by Tina Turner. Thank you for watching. You guys rock, and I'll see you next time.